Ramadan is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, and it's a period during which Muslims fast between dawn and sunset, so every day. So it lasts between 29 to 30 days of the year. The Islamic calendar is about 10 days shorter than the Christian or Gregorian calendar, so that's why Ramadan is usually 10 days earlier each year. So Ramadan for Muslims is quite an important month because it's a period of self-reflection, sacrifice, and also appreciating all that you've got.
So when you say fasting, it's not just food, but it's drink as well?
That's right. So it's very strict. So no eating or drinking during the hours of sunlight, no smoking either. And so there are a few exceptions where people don't fast. So for example, if somebody's unwell or if they're traveling long distances, there are exceptions where they don't have to fast. But otherwise, anybody who's reached puberty from then onwards, if they're able to do so, they should really fast.
So we're here at Arsenal, you are the club doctor, but tell us a little bit more about your background and how you got to this point.
So I've been a doctor since 1999. And I started specialising in sports medicine in about 2004, and that was following a knee injury that I got while playing football. Unfortunately, at the time, the care that I got was quite poor, so I started specialising and learning a little bit more about sports medicine to be able to help myself and also people like myself.
And of course, during your time at Crystal Palace, you played a game against Leicester in April 2021, and that was the first time that we saw players breaking their fast. How did that come about? Who was it that you actually spoke to get that to happen?
It just happened following a conversation between myself and my colleague at Leicester, Dr. Brian English. We were just catching up in the morning and we got talking about the topic of Ramadan. And we both realised we had players who'd been fasting, and we just thought that we'd approach the Premier League to see if there was any opportunity, as it was an evening kickoff, for there to be a break in play to allow the players from both sides to break their fast. I spoke with Mark Gillett at the Premier League. He didn't have an issue. We then spoke with the referee, Graham Scott, and both managers, and everybody was on board. Nobody had an issue with it. We spoke with the captains. And so then in the first half, shortly after it was time to open the fast, the fourth referee notified Graham Scott, who was the match day referee, and when there was a natural pause in play, the game came to a stop. The two players came over, opened their fast, and it was literally like a drinks break. Nobody even knew that it actually happened. So the first time anybody really found out about it in the wider world was when Wesley Fofana tweeted about it, and it went viral from there. And since then, the Premier League have offered for any evening game where the fast is time to break the fast, they've actually given it as an option for teams to be able to take that up.
So what is the protocol with an evening game? Will you speak with your opposite number at clubs ahead of games to coordinate, or how does it work?
So the Premier League have said have given it as an option. So if there are players from either side that want to exercise that option, that want to open their fast, we then speak with my colleague on the opposition team. We speak with the referees, who normally also just run it by the managers. And if everyone's in agreement, which is usually the case, then that is given as an option.
Now, people do fast for all different types of reasons, but what effect does it have on the body, especially the body of a professional athlete?
Yeah, it's a very difficult question to answer concisely, because fasting affects people in different ways. And to be honest, I'm amazed, because everything that I've learned from science would tell you that fasting and trying to perform at an elite level is going to make it difficult, because we know the importance of being well hydrated. We know the importance of getting the right nutrition, not only before the game, but also as part of your recovery. But when I speak to athletes, and this is across different sports, elite athletes, they tell me the fact that they're able to fast, there are other benefits that they gain, and they feel that counteracts the possible negative effects of fasting while trying to perform at an elite level. So the one that is often mentioned is the fact that they feel quite mentally stronger, and so that they're able to have more focus, and that they feel helps them in terms of being able to perform.
And regarding energy levels, is there anything in particular that players should be eating when they can, or anything that you do in particular to combat potential low energy?
Yeah, so we're lucky that we've got a full-time nutritionist, Tom, who works at the club. And so what he does well in advance of Ramadan, he will speak with those players that are going to be fasting. So he'll speak directly with the players, the chefs at the club, the rest of the team. And so we'll try and help prepare the players and support them as best as possible. So we will guide them in terms of what the best kind of foods and drinks are to have. Also to prepare them, sometimes prepare them with special meals that they can have to open their fast with. So the key things are making sure that they've got the right amounts of carbohydrate, protein, and the right types of fats. And if they need supplements as well, to help them with opening their fast, but also through the night. And then at the time of Sehri, which is the last time that they can eat before the fast starts early in the morning.
And could you give us an example of what a player might eat to break their fast?
So on opening their fast, normally what most players like is to get some quick release glucose. So for example, some fruits or a date, which is why lots of Muslims will open their fast with a date, because it's able to release glucose very quickly. So it makes them feel well and give them some energy quickly. Some water, obviously, to hydrate, and maybe some milk. And then what we do is we also advise the players not to have too much food too quickly. So small amounts of food throughout the night when they can eat.
And during this period, are players monitored more medically?
So there's not any specific checks that we will do. We will, of course, communicate with the players as we do with all players throughout, before training and after training, and make sure that they're feeling okay. And really it's to ask them, see if there's anything else that we can do to try and help support them through the month.